Welcome back, friends, with another movie reaction. Today we are watching When Harry Met Sally. Someone on Patreon recommended it to me as a New Year's film, so I figured, hey, why not? And given the title, it definitely sounds like a romantic comedy, which I like the genre. Not sure how many I've reacted to on YouTube, but let's get into this. Full reactions on Patreon in the link in the description below. Leave a like and let's get started.
And this beautiful girl walked in. You see that girl? I'm going to marry her. And 2 weeks later, we were married. And
2 weeks?
I love you.
Not for all years.
I thought this was about how they met, not them making out already. Okay, I know Billy Crystal, though. I've seen his face around before. I don't know if I've seen him in anything before. Unless that's Meg Ryan. I don't know what Meg Ryan looks like.
Oh, hi, Sally. Sally,
Sally.
This is Harry Burns. Harry, this is Sally Albright.
Nice to meet you.
I love you.
Love you.
So they're just headed towards the same direction, and Harry's girlfriend set this up so they could drive together.
It's an 18-hour trip, which breaks down into 6 shifts of 3 hours each, or alternatively, we could
Whoa.
break it down by mileage.
What you doing?
There's a...
Ass shot. Oh wait, what are you doing? Just
I'll roll down the window.
clean it off.
Suppose you lived there your whole life and nothing happens, you never meet anybody, you never become anything. And
Dude.
finally you die, one of those New York deaths that nobody notices for 2 weeks until the smell takes over.
Okay, these people could not be more unalike.
When I buy a new book, I always read the last page first. That way, in case I die before I finish, I know how it ends. That, my friend, is a dark side.
I guess?
When the shit comes down, I'm gonna be prepared, and you're not, that's all I'm saying.
In the meantime, you're gonna ruin your whole life waiting for it.
They could not be more different. And I feel like they hate each other a little bit already.
I don't want to spend the rest of my life in Casablanca married
Casablanca.
to a man who runs a bar. That probably sounds very snobbish.
Am I getting spoiled on the movie?
You'd rather be in a passionless marriage
And be the first lady of Czechoslovakia.
than live with a man you've had the greatest sex of your life with just because he owns a bar and that is all he does. Obviously, you haven't had great sex yet.
Oof.
You please.
Just so happens that I have had plenty of good sex.
Oh.
I don't want the ice cream on top. I want it on the side, and I'd like strawberry instead of
Oh my
vanilla
God.
if you have it. If not, then no
Oh
ice
my
cream,
God.
just whipped cream, but only if it's real. If it's out of a can, then nothing.
Not even the pie?
What?
You're a very attractive person.
Thank you. Amanda is my friend.
So?
So you're going with her.
So?
So you're coming on to me.
We are just going to be friends, okay?
Great, friends. It's the best thing. Is that men and women can't be friends because the sex part always gets in the way.
That's not true.
That's not true. I have a number of men friends, and there is no sex involved.
Wow.
Guess we're not going to be friends then.
Guess not.
Too bad.
Too
You were
bad.
the only person that I knew in New York.
And that's that.
Well, have a nice life.
In love in high school.
Yeah, we were high school sweethearts.
But then after our junior year, his parents moved away.
It was 34 years later that I was walking down Broadway.
Wow.
I saw it come out of Tough and Eddie.
He was just the same. He looked exactly the same. But I can't remember
Did he recognize her based on that?
How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm doing fine.
That's great. I was just walking by and I thought it was you, and there it is. It's you.
Yeah. Oh, Harry, this is Sally Albright. Harry Burns. Harry and I, we lived in the
Face of recognition.
Thank God he couldn't place me. I drove from college to New York with him 5 years ago, and it was the longest night of my life.
I love you.
Are you on the same flight out?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Here's what I want.
Oh my God.
Regular tomato juice, fill it up about 3/4, then add a splash of Bloody Mary mix, just a splash, and a little...
The University of Chicago, right?
Would you two like to sit together?
Great. Thank you.
There we go. There we go. Oh, man.
You were going to be a gymnast.
A journalist.
A gymnast.
And?
I am a journalist. I work at the news.
Great. And you're with Joe. I'm getting married.
You are?
You are?
Mm-hmm.
You are? Who is she?
Helen Hilson.
is
She's
she?
a lawyer. She's keeping her name. You do the white man's overbite.
White man's
Back at our
overbite.
place, you have sex, and the minute you're finished, you know what goes through your mind? How long do I have to lie here and hold her before I can get up and go home?
Can't get away from him. You stand on the right and you walk on the left.
I thought you didn't believe men and women could be friends.
Unless both of them are involved with other people, then they can. This is an amendment to the earlier rule. If the two people are in relationships, the pressure of possible involvement is lifted. They probably are. I mean, come on, who the hell are we kidding? Let's face it. Which brings us back to the earlier
Look at the look on her
rule,
face.
which is men and women can't be friends. So where does it leave us?
Harry, goodbye.
We were married 40 years ago. We were married 3 years. We got a divorce. Right. Then I married Katie.
Another divorce.
Then a couple of years later at Eddie Colicchio's funeral, I ran into her. What did I say?
You said, what are you doing after?
Right. So I ditched Roberta. We go for coffee.
Wow.
A month later, we're married.
35 years today after our first marriage.
The point isn't where, Al.
Is that Carrie Fisher?
The point is he's never going to leave her. So what else is new? You've known this for 2 years.
I think it is.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're
definitely
right. I know
her.
You're right.
Joe and I broke up.
What? When?
Monday.
You waited 3 days to tell us? Joe's available?
No, come on.
When did this happen?
Friday. Helen comes home from work and she says, I don't know if I want to be married anymore. So I say to her, don't you love me anymore? You know what she says? I don't know if I've ever loved you.
Ooh, that's hard.
Ooh, and we're doing the wave.
And the doorbell rings. I can sublet his apartment. The words are still hanging in the air, you know, like in a balloon attached to a mouth.
Like
with
a
it.
cartoon.
Right. So I go to the door, and there are moving men there. She says, a week ago. I said, you've known for a week and you didn't tell me? And she says, I didn't want to ruin your birthday.
Oh my god. Oh, there he is.
I know him. You'd like him. He's married. Also, he never remembers me.
Sally Albright.
Hi, Harry. This is Marie.
Bye.
Was Marie. What about you?
I'm fine.
How's married life?
Not so good. I am getting a divorce.
Oh, I'm sorry. We wanted to live together.
They're
but we
finally
didn't
having a
get
meal
married
together.
Because every time anyone we knew got married, it ruined their relationship. They practically never had sex again. And we're so lucky. We have this wonderful relationship. We can have sex on the kitchen floor and not worry about the kids walking in. We can fly off to Rome on a moment's notice. The thing is, Joe, we never do fly off to Rome on a moment's notice.
You don't.
On the kitchen floor.
Not once. And I said, this is what I want. And he said, well, I don't. And I said, well, I guess it's over. And he left.
But really, what's so hard about finding an apartment?
Oh my
What
god.
you do is you read the obituary column. You find out who died, go to the building, and then you tip the doorman.
It's so hard to find an apartment
What
in
they
New York
can do
City
to
now.
make it
I didn't like you.
Yeah, you did. You were just so uptight then. You're much softer now.
You know, I hate that kind of remark. It sounds like a compliment, but really it's an insult.
What's the statute of limitations on apologies?
Aw.
10 years.
Ooh, I can just get it in under the wire.
Same hospital.
1921.
7 days
Wow.
apart.
In the same hospital.
We both grew up
We
one
both
block
lived
away
in
from each
tenements.
other on the Lower East Side.
On Delancey Street. Never met.
Never met. Know where we met? In an elevator.
I was in the third floor. I was on the 12th.
I rode up 9 extra floors just to keep talking to her.
Have you been sleeping?
Why?
Because I haven't been sleeping. I really miss Helen. Maybe I'm coming down with something. Do you still sleep on the same side of the bed?
I did for a while, but now I'm pretty much using the whole bed.
God, that's great. I feel weird when just my leg wanders over.
Aww. Spoilers for Casablanca.
Bergman. Now she's low maintenance. You're the worst kind. You're high maintenance,
But you think you're low maintenance.
I don't see that.
You don't see that? Waiter, I'll begin with the house salad, but I don't want the regular dressing.
It's very sweet that they're gonna be friends first.
I have decided that for the rest
Ah,
of the
museums.
day, we are going to talk like
The Met.
Like this?
Why?
Please, to repeat after me. Would you like to go to the movies with me tonight?
would you like to go? What?
Not to repeat, please, to answer.
What do you have? A hot date?
Well, yeah.
Oh, I think it's great that you have a date.
You do?
Yeah.
How do you feel about how he feels about you having a date?
You know, Harry, I think you should get out there, too.
Oh, I'm not ready.
You should.
I'm not ready.
I would not be good for anybody right now.
It's time. How much worse can it get than finishing dinner, having him reach over, pull a hair out of my head, and start flossing with it at the table?
What?
We're talking dream date compared to my horror. I ask her where she went to school, and she says Michigan State. And this reminds me of Helen. All of a sudden, I'm in the middle of this massive anxiety attack. My heart's beating like a wild man, and I start sweating like a pig.
And maybe longer, before we're actually able to go to bed with someone new.
Oh, I went to bed with her.
Oh, wait.
You went to bed with her?
Sure.
Sure.
You enjoy being with her?
Yeah.
You find her attractive?
Yeah.
And you're not sleeping with her?
No. Feel like I'm growing.
Are you finished?
Hey, I got a whole stack of quarters, and I was here first. Where was I?
You were growing.
You were growing.
It's very
That's
free.
perfect. That's perfect.
I can say anything to her.
You tell her about other women.
Yeah. Like the other night. I made love to this woman, and it was so incredible. I took her to a place that wasn't human. She actually meowed.
Meowed.
A woman meow?
Yeah, that's the point. I can say these things to her. I can just be myself.
You made a woman meow?
He's still hung up on that. Sure you do.
No, I'm so glad I never got involved with you. I just would have ended up being some woman you had to get up out of bed and leave at 3 o'clock in the morning and go clean your andirons.
Hey, I don't feel great about this, but I don't hear anyone complaining.
Of course not. You're out the door too fast.
Yes, because they...
How do you know that they're really?
What are you saying? That they fake orgasm?
It's just that all men are sure it never happened to them, and most women at one time or another have done it, so you do the math.
You don't think that I can tell a difference?
You're gonna fake it right here in the middle of... Oh my god. Is this cat's delicatessen? How do you pronounce it? No.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh. 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 Oh, God. Oh. Yes. Yes. Oh, God. Oh.
And she just continues eating.
I'll have what she's having.
Excellent. Excellent line.
I really want to thank you for taking me out tonight.
Oh, don't be silly. And next New Year's Eve, if neither one of us is with anybody, you got a date.
Deal.
Mm-hmm.
Then the world discovered.
Harry is one of my best friends, and you are one of my best friends. And if by some chance you two hit it off,
Oh.
we could all still be friends instead of drifting apart the way you do when you get involved with someone who doesn't know your friend.
Oh, wow.
Harry, you and Marie are both from New Jersey.
Really?
Where are you from?
South Orange.
Haddonfield.
Oh.
And that's it.
Restaurants are to people in the 80s what theater was to people in the 60s. I read that in a magazine.
Uh-huh.
I wrote that.
You wrote... Well, look how this worked out.
You want to go out with Jess.
If it would be all right with you.
Sure, sure.
I'm just worried about Harry. He's very sensitive. He's going through a rough period.
I mean, Sally's very vulnerable right now.
Oh my god.
I mean, you can call Marie, it's fine, but just like wait a week or so, you know?
That's funny.
Don't make any moves tonight.
I'll go with you.
Great. Taxi!
Not tonight. Not tonight, they said. Alright. Bye-bye.
And the ride will pop.
The wheels are yellow, the upholstery's brown, the dashboard's genuine
Who did he see?
leather, with isinglass curtains that will roll. Helen?
You're saying it on top of the... Oh my god, everybody hears.
This is Iris Stone. Harry Burns.
Harry.
See you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Nice to meet you.
I like it. It works. It says home to me.
All right. All right. Well, let Harry
Moved in
decide,
together already.
Judge. What do you think?
We started out like this. Helen and I. We had blank walls,
Oh,
we
boy.
hung things, we picked out
Oi,
tiles.
oi, oi, oi.
Then you know what happened? You'll go 15 rounds over who's gonna get this coffee table.
this stupid wagon wheel Roy Rogers garage sale coffee table.
I want you to know that I will never want that wagon wheel coffee table.
Aww.
Hey, you don't have to take your anger out on me.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I'm entitled to throw a little anger your way.
What?
Especially when I'm being told how to live my life by Miss Hospital Corners.
I don't have to take this crap from you.
If you're so over Joe, why aren't you seeing anyone?
I see people.
See people. Have you slept with one person since you broke up with Joe?
Harry, you're gonna have to move back to New Jersey because you slept with everybody in New York, and I don't see that turning Helen into a faint memory for you.
Oof.
Can I say something?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Aww. The writing for this is just really... Oh, it's the last page of the book. You know what? I'm gonna skip to the last moment of this movie to see how it works out.
Yeah, I was just finishing a book.
Kidding. You mean you were starting a book?
He's getting married.
He just met her. She's supposed to be his transitional person. She's not supposed to be the one.
If you could take him back right now, would you?
No.
No. But why didn't he want to marry me?
Aw.
Charlie Chaplin had babies when he was 73.
Jeez.
Yeah, but he was too old to pick him up.
I did not know that about him. Oh, she was laughing and then back to crying.
I'll make some tea.
Harry, could you just hold me a little longer?
Oh, sure.
Mm-mm. Uh-oh. The look on his face.
Are you comfortable?
Sure.
Is he thinking about how long he has to stay before he can leave?
So it's really no trouble.
And he's gone. He's putting on his clothes. Oh, these two. What if they're going to call each other and talk about it with each other's friends? Oh my god.
What did you do? No one I know would call at this hour.
So awful.
I need to talk.
What happened?
Harry came over last
I
night.
went over to Sally's last night.
We did it.
They did it.
The during part was
I
good,
thought it was good.
but then I felt
But then
suffocated.
I guess it wasn't.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
The
I
worst.
had to get out of there.
He just disappeared.
I feel so bad.
I'm so embarrassed.
Do you want to come over for breakfast?
Oh, wait.
No, I feel too awful.
Okay, good.
I mean, it's... but call me later if you want.
I'll just say we made a mistake.
Sally, it was a mistake.
I just hope I get to say it first.
I hope she says it before I do.
Oh boy, okay.
We just never should have done it.
I couldn't agree more.
Okay.
I'm so relieved.
Grace.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Wow. And he's best man and she's maid of honor.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you seeing anybody?
Harry,
What?
I don't want to talk about this.
Why not?
I don't want to talk about it.
You know how a year to a person is like 7 years to a dog?
Yes?
What?
Is one of us supposed to be a dog in this movie?
Right?
Yeah.
You want to act like what happened didn't mean anything.
I'm not saying it didn't mean anything. I am saying, why does it have to mean everything?
Because it does.
Don't go home tonight, Harry. Hold me a little longer, Harry. What was I supposed to do?
What are you saying? You took pity on me?
No.
Fuck you.
Oh, no.
It's the holiday season, and I thought I'd remind you that this is the season of charity and forgiveness.
And although it is not widely known, it is also the season of groveling.
The fact that you're not answering leads me to believe you're either A, not at home, B, home but don't want to talk to me, or C, home, desperately want to talk to me, but trapped under something heavy.
Okay.
If it's A or C, please call me back. If you're feeling
Oh my God.
sad and lonely, there's a service I can render.
Tell no one.
Hi, Harry.
Hello, hi. I didn't know that you were there. What are you doing for New Year's? Are you going to the Tyler's party? Because I don't have a date.
I can't do this anymore. I am not your consolation prize.
That's not what
Bye.
that is.
This is much better. Fresh air. I have the streets all to myself. Who needs to be at a big, crowded party pretending to have a good time?
Why not?
What I'm saying is that men and women can't be friends because the sex part always gets in the way.
That's not true.
No man can be friends with a woman he finds attractive.
Oh, it seems like he's walking and now running with purpose.
I wandered around for nobody else gave me a thrill.
I've been doing a lot of thinking. And the thing is, I love you.
You love her.
What?
I love you.
How about this way? I love that you get cold when it's 71 degrees out.
You do?
I love that it takes you an hour and a half to order a sandwich. I love that you get a little crinkle above your nose when you're looking at me like I'm nuts. I came here tonight because when you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible.
You say things like that and you make it impossible for me to hate you. And I hate you.
Aww. Well, Jess and Marie are going to be happy about this. Can we cut to their reaction real quick?
The first time we met, we hated each other.
No, you didn't hate me. I hated you.
Third time we met, we became friends.
We were friends for a long time.
And then we weren't. We had a really wonderful wedding.
It really was a
It was great. We had this enormous coconut cake.
Particularly the coconut soaks up a lot of that stuff, so it's important to keep it on the side.
All right.
Oh. Oh, that was a lot of fun. Alright, Happy New Year, friends. Let me know what you thought of this movie in the comments. I definitely enjoyed it. Harry and Sally both feel like such fully realized people, in part to them having like real character quirks or flaws. Harry can be a bit of an asshole sometimes, and Sally's very high maintenance, but the chemistry is definitely there, and after a rocky start, they build up this very nice friendship. The documentary style thing was very cute, all these older couples talking about their romances. Some of them got together real fast, but then having Harry and Sally there at the end was a nice way to wrap up the movie. Their initial car ride together was entertaining because they just couldn't be more different from each other. Harry, he's this young college guy, so I'll cut him some slack, but it's just ridiculous to me that he thinks reading the last page of a book to see how it ends in case he dies makes him so deep, pensive, and dark. Meanwhile, though, Sally is so bright, optimistic, and naive, so it was a great little song choice there when we realized how at odds they were with you say either, I say either, say neither, neither, potato, potato. Very cute. And they hate each other a little bit to start, or he doesn't care enough to hate her, but she has a distaste for him, especially since a bit through the road trip, Harry wants to cheat on his girlfriend for sex with Sally. Good thing she turned him down there, because their relationship would have been very different if it had started there. And then they happen to sit so close to each other on a plane 5 years later, and they just have so much good chemistry and fun chemistry. And it's not necessarily romantic or sexual, but it's fun to watch. And then another 5 years later, and they're both in a place that actually allows for them to be friends. People change a lot in 10 years. For instance, before, when they were on their original road trip, Sally was saying that she did too have good sex, and she got embarrassed when all the diners stopped and just looked at her. But several years later, 10 years later, she's developed much more thick skin and doesn't care as much what people think, as she's simulating sex and orgasm noises in front of everybody. Side note, that was at Katz's Delicatessen, very famous place in New York City. Might be the first deli in New York City, but it's been there since 1888. Still haven't been there myself. They're famous for their gigantic pastrami sandwich. I believe it's like $20, $30 at this point. I don't know if I want to shell out for that. Anyway, Sally got way more looks in Katz's Delicatessen. I love that line from the woman in the background who says, "I'll have what she's having." I've actually heard that line before, and I finally know what it's referencing. I had no idea it had something to do with orgasms. And for Harry, he actually really starts to appreciate what it's like to be close friends with a woman, so that's some nice growth there. And we had Carrie Fisher. That was a nice little fun surprise to see her in this film. Harry and Sally tried to set up dates for each other, but wound up setting up their friends instead. Very adorable meet cute. I do want to touch on the idea that men and women can't be friends. I think it's definitely possible. I do have a few friends that turned into romantic relationships, but we're still friends after the relationship ended. Unfortunately, I also had a few close friends who no longer speak to me because I didn't reciprocate their feelings. But I'm also friends with women and non-binary people where sex or romance was never part of the equation. So it's just in my experience, men and women can absolutely be friends, but I think it really just comes down to each individual situation. I'm sure it's not the right fit for some people due to how they were socialized, like a certain recent vice president. I do actually prefer to be friends with someone before dating them, mostly because if I don't even want to be your friend, why would I want to date you? Not that I would outright say no to a relationship first, I guess, but it's much less likely a path for me. And to be clear, I don't mean I become friends with someone with the intention of dating them. I become friends with people with the intention of being their friends, and sometimes it becomes something different. And added bonus of being friends first as it pertains to this movie, I know they're not faking it like in Cat's Delicatessen because there's a level of trust that's built there. But yeah, this movie was a lot of fun. I think one of my favorite moments was actually very, very small. Harry and Sally were fighting while their friends were moving in with each other, and Harry just takes a beat, says sorry, and they embrace. It's just so unexpected and so nice. But yeah, side note, that was classic Upper East Side architecture. I'm pretty sure I know exactly where that building is. And yeah, I wasn't waiting for the other shoe to drop with regards to Sally and her feelings about Joe, but once it did, it made so much sense and it really, really worked because, yeah, it was really sad and it was such a good scene. Just Meg Ryan going from crying to laughing to crying to laughing, and they wind up sleeping together, and the morning after, they call their friends. What a magnificent scene with the friends in the middle and just calling on both sides of the screen. Really, really great. And yeah, the final scene where Harry finally realizes what Sally really means to him and he lays it all out there, that was really great as well. But yeah, gonna give this movie an 8.75. Really, really enjoyed it. Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal's chemistry was fantastic, and the writing was clever and fun. And once again, Happy New Year. Check out Patreon for the full reaction. I'll see you all in 2023. Let's all kick some ass next year, right? Bye, friends.